Right, so like I said, there's going to be no gimmicks in any of my videos anymore. I've delayed, I've waited, I've been trying to get scripts right so people I'm like, well, I can't mumble, I can't stutter. No, we're just going to say it how it is from now on. We've got an accountancy firm, and what we specialise in doing is growing businesses. We're not really here to just, make you compliant, get you right, get the HMRC off your back. We are here to do that, but then to take those numbers and project into the future and get you to where your dreams are. Like the first thing we'll ask is, what is the dream? And what we need is for you to just sort of answer the question, really. So if I talk about my dream, mine's to drink a coffee by the sea every day. That's it. It's pretty simple. I'm not after Range Rovers. I'm not after mansions. I'm not after stuff like that. That's what I just want. I just want that freedom to be able to have a coffee by the sea. Something about the sea, I'm scared of it, but if I was sitting near the sea, I'm happy. So that's all part of it. The other one was legacy for the kids, as you can tell by the name, Miller and Sons. I've got three boys. I want them to be able to choose a career that they want. I want one of them to be a zookeeper, a vet, something nice. I chose to be an accountant because it was all about the money. They told me when I was a kid that you never see a poor accountant, and that was it. I was away. I want to be that dad who gives them everything. Where, you know, take them to Disney World, do what they want. Take their mates. Like I was a kid that someone else's parents took you away, and like their dad was brilliant and their mum was brilliant, and I want to be that dad now. So that's me. And the last one, I want to wear a suit every day. I don't want any need for the suit, but just something about wearing a suit every day makes you feel good. I want it to be a nice suit. I can't just go and get one at the shop. I want it to be proper. I've got this thing about black ties. I just want to wear a black tie, white shirt, and a nice suit, and I think you're away. I don't want none of these brands anymore. As you can see, like, I used to wear these brands all the time. Nah, I think that's like an ego thing that you can wear Hugo Boss or Armani, whatever it is, and it means you can pretend to be something that you're not. And this is definitely not what this is all about. This is going to be genuine. It's about what your dream is. I'm going to question your dream. I'm going to be like, you tell me you want a Range Rover, you're going to pay £100 a lease. I'll be like, why? Why do you want? You be like, it's nice. I just want a Range Rover. But you don't. You want it because you want other people to see you in a Range Rover, and you want to build this facade, and you want people to think, oh, he must be doing well, or he's not, like he's brilliant, or even like my one was, I wanted a Range Rover because that's what the drug dealers used to drive, and everyone looked up to the drug dealers. And now I'm like, no chance. £800 a month. That could buy me those coffees by the sea. I will choose that all day long. It's all about making your business flexible as well. We don't want committed costs. £800 over 3 years that you'd have to sign up for a lease. It's a lot of money. You're looking at nearly 30 grand there, and you've then got to go and do work that you don't really want to do to pay for that Range Rover to impress people that you're not really too fussed about. That's not the ethos we're about. We're going big. We're going for freedom. That's it really. It's freedom. You want freedom. This is what we're doing. You can give me a call, and I'll let you know how we're going to do it, because everyone's different, and and accountants get away with that all the time. There's never like a fixed price. It'll be like, well, how big's your business? How many staff have you got? All this stuff, and I'm trying to make it one size fits all, but I want it to be tailored as well. So we've got a rough idea of what we're going to charge for this. It is going to vary up and down, but it's not going to swing massively. It's not going to be like one person pays £100, one person pays £2,000. It's going to be close, and it's going to be focused on what your dream is. And I'm not doing anything that's like mind blowing. You're going to understand every single step of the process. It's going to be, right, what's the dream? Where are you? How do we get there? And I'll track it, and I'll let you know every month, and I'll hold you accountable. You told me you was going to do this by the end of this month. Why have you not done it? And it won't be like, you don't have to come prepared. You don't have to be like worried about the meeting. It's all about like, but if you don't do that, this is the consequence. And then we've been set back a month, and now we can rework it, and that year starts again, because that's where we're aiming for. It's like, don't quit. Then we know. I'm not going to make you commit either. To be fair, I'm not going to make you. You haven't got to sign up for a year. You haven't got to pay a big lump fee up front. 30 days up front. That's all it is. There's no contract. It's 30 days up front, and we go from there. If you change after 30 days that you promised something you didn't really deliver, that's fine. We stop there and then, and you go back to what you was doing, but that's it really. I yeah, I've had enough. I've wasted so many years trying to make these videos perfect that now I'm like, just get something out there, say it how it is. I've got no scripts. All I've done was write down my three dreams. That was it. That's all I've got. I'm going from there. I've got a lot to offer. That's where I'm coming from now. I've done this for 20 years nearly. I'm forecasting, doing the books for massive companies, global companies. People tell me they don't know what they can't forecast because they don't know what they're going to spend next week. I've worked on auctions, like go into an art auction in New York and trying to guess what sales they're going to make. That was my job, And do you know what? We got to a system where it works, and we'd be close. We'd be within 10%. We're talking millions. We're talking hundreds of millions. I've created like departments and businesses from scratch, and then we've got a forecast out a year, and people are like, "Well, you can't," and I'm like, "You do. You go with a number, you stick with it, and you adjust it. That's all it is. Like we'll look out for a year. You'll tell me what you do. We'll go deep. We'll dig deeper and deeper and deeper. We'll get somewhere, and then we'll get to a place where we can work out how you're going to get there. What have you done in the last 3 months? What have you done in the last 6 months? Might be brand new, and then it obviously makes the job a little bit harder, but we've got ways of doing it, and why not? And if you set out, and I will question your limits as well. Your limiting behaviours. Like if you tell me, if we go, right, we're going to earn 50 grand a month, you'll be like, no chance. Why? Why not? And then we'll start looking at what we've got to do to get 50 grand. And then we'll start working backwards. And then we'll get to a starting point. And then we'll start measuring that gap. So we'll start on 0, 50 grand. How do we get there? And it's a process. Everything's a process. And that's what I focus on, is processes, systems, and just techniques really, of what all the big companies do, where they've got to work out what they're going to do for the next quarter. That's why you see share prices going up and down all over the place. It's because that's what they're judged on. People think that the valuations of companies are based on what their results were that day that were released. They're not. They're based on what the market thinks they're going to do for the next 3 months, the next year, the next 10 years. And that's what it's all about. So I've done that. I do that. I fancy my chances doing that for anyone. So if you want to save yourself a year, because I'll tell you where you're going to be in a year. That's what I'm good at. I'll tell you where you're going to be, your current behaviours, what you're doing, your run rate, what you're spending, what you're bringing in. I will tell you exactly where you're going to be in a year's time. And you can look at that and you can be like, I don't really want to be there, or, oh, that sounds good. Not many people can say that sounds good, unless, you shock me. If you are, come along and tell me. But what we can do is a bit like a pilot. So we'll tell you where you're heading, and then it might be we've got to change a couple of degrees to get you to go somewhere else. And that's my job really, to watch where you're going, give you a little hint. I've got to meet regularly, and that is why we're not cheap. Because if some of these accountants charge £50 or £100 a month, how am I going to meet you and get integrated within your business for £50 or £100? Because if I'm charging £50 or £100, I'm going to need hundreds of clients just to get to 10 grand a month, or to get to 5, just to earn a good living. So I can't. This is the trade-off that people, if you want my time and you want me to be integrated with your business, which is what I enjoy as well. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want to be integrated. I want to be that person that you call the first time there's a hint of trouble, or someone you want to be vulnerable with. I want to be the person who knows your business like you. I won't know it as well as you, but I want to be close. And so I need that time to be able to, I need to devote that time to you and help you get to those places you want to get to. So I'm going to stop now because I didn't want to get past 10 minutes, but give me a call, book in a call, and I can talk you through the process, what the next steps are, and we can go from there.